Hi everyone, this is Niki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Hip Kit Club. I am using the October 2021 kits and I'm playing along with this week's recipe challenge, which is to use buttons, mixed media and leaves. Nice and easy, I think, with the items that are in the kit, so yes. Okay, so I'm starting off with a little bit of mixed media. So I've grabbed the stencil that's from the colour kit, and I've also picked up an orange ink pad. It's one that came from a colour kit previously. Obviously we had mist and things in this month's colour kit, and I decided that I had more control with an ink pad, so that's what I decided to do. I'm just picking out a few leaves and using my ink applicator tool to add a few leaves to my background. I absolutely love this paper that I've just picked up there. It has flowers all over one side and the other side is the golden spot. Really beautiful paper. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to use part of the golden pattern. That's it there. But I also wanted to use the 3 big pink flowers on the other side. So I just fussy cut those out first, and then I figured I can use the rest of the paper for bits of the gold. And in fact, I didn't end up using as much of the gold as I thought I would use. I have used a little bit. I've cut some border strips to go across that section at the top there. I've used a border punch. I really like border punches. I don't have very many of them, but the ones that I do have are lovely. I really always love the effect that they give. And in particular, this is my favourite one. It's kind of lacy and very like a scalloped, lacy, pretty, very pretty. So anyway, I've cut some strips of that and I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces and then pop it at the top to make a little feature where I have the falling leaves coming down from the top part of the layout. And now I'm just kind of playing around with how things are going to look on the layout. I really love this 3x8 autumn card. I've tried to use it on 2 previous layouts as well, I think, but it's never quite right because of the shape. 3x8 is an awkward size to put on a layout, and I always really like the idea of it, but then it never quite works out. So it goes on and it comes off again. So then I've backed the photo in a different journaling card, 6x4. My photo is large. It's not quite 6x4, but it's more like 3 3/4 by 5.5, something like that. And it's just how I print it with borders on my selfie, and that's how it comes out. Yeah, because it's quite big, I couldn't use any of the little journaling cards to mount it, so I was looking for the bigger ones. I really liked that triangle journaling card, love the colours, so I decided to go for that. In the end, I do a complete about turn and decide to cut my photo into a circle shape, so I'm going to do that in just a moment. I've also picked out some leaves and flowers from the floral ephemera, and I'm just trying to kind of see what kind of arrangement I could have on the layout, just kind of playing around with it to see how things would look. Of course, I've covered up all of the leaves that I just made with a stencil, yeah, so anyway, I'm not really liking it at the moment. The shape is not working well. I'm wondering if I put a bit of a feature on the left hand side that would work better, and it does, because it kind of goes well with the angle that she's at in the photo. So that I like, but I'm now not quite sure about where my clusters should go. But of course I'm stuck with them because I've got leaves in the background already. So anyway, this is what I did. I cut my photo into a circle, and I cut the backing card into a circle as well. I layered them together, and then I arranged my flowers very similar to how I had them before, but just around the circle instead. I'm now coming in with some extra leaves. I want to just put some more stenciled leaves onto the background using the stencil and my ink applicator tool as well. And so this way I had quite a bit of control over where they went, and they do look like they're kind of falling from the sky. I think they're really pretty. It's a really lovely stencil actually. I've got all my flowers and leaves and things stuck down. I've got the squirrel over on the right hand side. I've got that chipboard title, loving the leaves. I've got my feature on the left hand side where I've got the page folded over. I'm going to sort that out and make that look a bit better later on. I'm now adding some of the wooden buttons. So if I just check my list of things I have to do for the recipe challenge, I have to have included mixed media, leaves, and buttons, and I've done all of those already because my mixed media is leaves. So that's very helpful. I've also got lots of leaf ephemera and of course, and then I'm going to also add white paint later, and I'm also going to add Nuvo Drops. So I really have used the mixed media for sure, and I've got leaves and what else? What was the other one? Leaves, mixed media, and oh dear, I can't remember it now. Buttons. So I've got loads of buttons that are going on right now. I love no, they're not. They've already gone on. The wooden buttons from one of the kits. Really pretty. I love the fact that they're printed and they're sticky, so they're easy to stick on as well. So I've definitely nailed the challenge. All criteria covered, and I've used border punches as well at the top there. And now I'm just coming in with some wood veneer leaves. I love these ones. They've got gold detailed foiling on them. They're so pretty, just beautiful. I just needed to improve this section on the left-hand side. I do like the look of torn paper and distressed edges, so I just thought I would tear that section off. It looked a bit messy with the fold over. It wasn't quite sitting right, so ripping it off worked well and goes really well with the fact that I like torn paper. Okay, so coming in with some splatters of white paint now. I'm just going to go over the top of my flowers, my ephemera, my title, and basically everywhere except my photo, going over the leaves as well, the stenciled leaves. I'm liking how that's looking. Just some white acrylic paint flicked with a paintbrush. And now I'm going to come in with the Nuvo Drops. Now, I'm in love with Nuvo Drops. I always enjoy using them. But I don't use them that often. I think that's because they take a while to dry. And they kind of go in phases. I sometimes love them and sometimes just stop using them. But when I do use them, I really enjoy using them. This one is called Auburn Pearl, and it's one of the most beautiful colours I think I've ever seen. It's kind of like almost a rose gold, but not quite. So definitely, it's auburn gold. That makes Auburn Pearl. It's called, but it's an auburn gold, I would say. It's really lovely. So I've went around the whole of my photo, and I've added little dots everywhere around the layout. And I'm telling myself right now to stop doing more dots, but I just can't because I love them so much. So they're really pretty. So they just add to the shape. And that is me done. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. I really like how it turned out. I love all those colours and the ephemera. It's so pretty. All those leaves and those colours, so gorgeous. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price, 15% discount off all add-on kits, and access to exclusive subscriber cut files too. So lots of reason to subscribe. Thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.